Welcome to JD's Prep. All right, we have a series of 3 questions here, all focused around nitrogen. Okay. The context we're being given is about nitrogen fertilizer. So noting that factories capture nitrogen gas and react it with hydrogen, creating nitrogen fertilizers. Nitrogen fertilizers being really essential in terms of being able to provide enough food to feed all 7 billion of people on the planet. Noting that almost half of the nitrogen found in our bodies started out in a fertilizer factory. Okay, so nitrogen fertilizers are then used by plants to synthesize amino acids. Okay, and then amino acids are very important molecules. So state one reason why a supply of amino acids is important for the survival of complex organisms. Okay, so amino acids are the building blocks of protein. It even states in this blurb that the nitrogen found in our body's muscle and organ tissues started out in a fertilizer factory. So those amino acids are very important in muscle and organ tissue. Amino acids are what make up enzymes, which have a really important role in terms of chemical activity in organisms. Amino acids are really, really essential to all complex organisms. So the next question asks us to identify one possible effect on the human population if nitrogen fertilizers were not available. It's been made clear that those nitrogen fertilizers are what is supporting the amount of food production that we have. So if we don't have those nitrogen fertilizers, we would have not enough food. Okay, so you could take that in a couple directions. You could talk about people starving. Maybe there's more humans are malnourished. Probably the human population would decrease. All of those are things that would result from not enough nitrogen fertilizers to help grow the amount of food that we have. And lastly, they want us to look at building of factories to produce this fertilizer. How is it an example of a trade-off? So we're essentially being asked to kind of look at a positive and a negative and how that's a bit of a trade-off. So there's a number of different things I'm sure you could say, but something along the lines of building of factories is probably a negative environmental impact, but fertilizers then help plants to grow. The fertilizers help to increase the food supply, but they also produce pollutants. Something there where you're kind of talking about the positive and negative impacts is what they're looking for. Okay, thank you for using JD's Prep.